Welcome to the Joy Unleashed Project, where we explore the art and science of living a vibrant, purposeful life after 45. I'm your host, Mattie Cummins, and I'm here to guide you through transformative conversations that will ignite your inner brilliance. In each episode, we'll dive deep into the transformation framework, sharing powerful stories, expert insights, and practical strategies that help dynamic women, just like you, embrace this exciting chapter of life. Whether you're navigating a teenager at home, an empty nest, caring for aging parents, or all of the above, or you're simply ready to prioritize your own joy, you're in the right place. Get ready to unlock new possibilities, build meaningful connections, and create the vibrant future you deserve. This is more than just a podcast. It's your invitation to join a community of bold women who are rewriting the rules of midlife. Let's unleash your joy together. Welcome to the Joy Unleashed Project. I'm Mattie Cummins, your host, and this is where we explore the art and science of living a vibrant, purposeful life. If you're a woman navigating the beautiful chaos of caring for everyone but yourself, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to dive deep into something I know you've experienced. That feeling that when your brain feels like it's running on 10 different channels at once, when simple decisions feel impossible, and when you can't seem to think straight. We're talking about overwhelm, but more specifically, what's actually happening in your brain when you're in that state. You know that moment when you're standing in the kitchen, holding your phone, trying to remember what you came in there for, while mentally juggling your teenager's schedule, your mom's doctor's appointment, that work deadline, and wondering what's for dinner all at the same time? That's not you being scattered. That's your brain doing exactly what it's designed to do when it perceives a threat. And here's the thing, your brain doesn't distinguish between a saber-toothed tiger and an overflowing inbox. The overwhelming brain is what's really happening. When we're overwhelmed, 3 key areas of our brain are in constant conversation, and not always a productive one. First, there's your amygdala. Think of this as your brain's smoke detector. It's constantly scanning for danger. And when it detects a threat, whether that's a missed deadline or your aging parent's health scare, it sounds the alarm. The problem, in our modern world, that alarm rarely gets turned off. Then there's your prefrontal cortex, your brain's CEO. This is where executive functions live. It's your ability to make decisions, problem solve, your ability to plan and focus. It's incredibly sophisticated, but here's the catch. It can only handle so much at once. When your amygdala is constantly firing, it hijacks resources from your prefrontal cortex. Finally, your hippocampus manages memory and learning. Under chronic stress and overwhelm, it actually shrinks, making it harder to form new memories and access existing ones. Ever wonder why you can't remember if you lock the door when you're stressed? That's your hippocampus under siege. So if you think of your brain like a computer with limited RAM, every open mental tab, every worry, every task or decision you have to make uses that processing power. When you're caring for aging parents, you're managing teenagers or young adults, you're maintaining a career, and you're trying to have some semblance of self-preservation, because we don't talk about self-care, we talk about self-preservation. You've got about 47 tabs open at once. Your brain starts making shortcuts. It defaults to fight or flight mode because that requires less cognitive energy than thoughtful decision making. This is why everything feels urgent when you're overwhelmed, even choosing what to have for lunch. We live in a sandwich generation, and our sandwich generation brain really, for those of us in that generation, we're dealing with what I call temporal juggling. We're simultaneously processing immediate needs. Your teen needs help with homework now. Managing long-term concerns for your parents now. Trying to maintain our own goals and dreams in the process. Often grieving the loss of our former selves and the freedoms that we once had. This creates what neuroscientists call a loss. Think of your brain like a computer with limited RAM. Every open mental tab, every worry, task, or decision uses that processing power. When you're caring for aging parents, managing teenagers or young adults, maintaining a career, and trying to have some semblance of self-preservation, because we talk about self-preservation in Flourish Collective, not self-care. You've got about 47 tabs open at once. Your brain starts making shortcuts. It defaults to fight or flight mode because that requires less cognitive energy than thoughtful decision making. This is why everything feels urgent when you're overloaded. Even choosing what to have to lunch feels like a huge decision. Or you can't just make a decision at all. Our sandwich generation brain are dealing with what I call temporal juggling. We're simultaneously processing immediate needs. Your teen needs help with their homework now. Managing long-term concerns like your parents' declining health. And trying to maintain our own goals and dreams. We're often grieving the loss of our former selves and freedoms with all this other stuff going on. This creates what neuroscientists call allostatic load, the wear and tear on your body and brain from chronic stress. Your brain is literally rewiring itself around overwhelm, making it your default state. Here's the good news. Neuroplasticity is your friend. Here's what I want you to remember. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. The same neuroplasticity that created those overwhelming patterns can create new, healthier ones. So we're going to talk about 3 brain-based, pause, restart. We're going to talk about 3 brain-based strategies for managing overwhelm. One is the 3-2-1 reset. When you feel overwhelm rising, try this. Name 3 things you can see. Name 2 things you can hear. Name 1 thing you can touch. This engages your prefrontal cortex and tells your amygdala that you're safe and you're okay. Number 2 is single tasking practice. Your brain literally cannot multitask. It's rapidly switching between tasks, which exhausts your cognitive resources. Choose one thing, set a timer for 25 minutes, and do only that one thing for 25 minutes. Give your prefrontal cortex a chance to do what's best. And then we have the worry window. Set aside 15 minutes daily for productive worry. Write down your concerns, categorize them as can control or cannot control, and make action plans only for what you can control. This gives your amygdala a designated time to process threats instead of staying on high alert all day long. Your brain is not broken, and I want to make that very clear. If you're feeling overwhelmed, your brain is not broken. It's really responding exactly as it should and as it's designed to do to an overwhelming situation. The solution isn't to shame yourself for feeling scattered. It's not to beat yourself up. It's to understand what's happening and work with your brain, not against it. Your brain adapted to protect you, and it can adapt again to serve you better. But it needs your conscious participation in that process. I'm going to invite you to go back and do those 3 things we talked about and see how it really can help your overwhelmed brain not feel so overwhelmed. And if today's episode resonated with you, if you're tired of feeling like you're drowning in your own life, I want you to know you're not alone, and more importantly, there's a path forward. Whether you're navigating an empty nest, caring for aging parents, or simply trying to rediscover who you are beyond everyone else's needs, transformation is possible. You can move from overwhelm to clarity, from stress to confidence. I'm hosting a free Flourish Collective member program specifically designed for women like you who are ready to put themselves back on their own priority list. We'll dive deeper into practical strategies for managing your beautiful, complex life without losing yourself in the process. I invite you to send me a message, make a comment below, and you can find the link in the show notes or visit cerebrations.com to learn more about the Flourish Collective. Because here's what I know for sure. You deserve to flourish, not just survive. And until next time, remember, your brain is remarkable, your struggles are valid, and your joy is worth unleashing.